Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Chubby Tiger. I am the Chubby Tiger, well a little bit less so now. It's actually 3 weeks since I got home from Turkey, and things have been going okay. I haven't felt any pain or discomfort. I haven't had any hunger pangs, sort of feeling hungry. I do have that bit of head hunger, that typical when some of the family members are having a takeaway, or I'm at work and there's a chippy near work and I get that waft of fish and chips going through the window. I get that little head or that chimp paradox effect, which sort of makes me think, I could do with a chippy right now, but actually I couldn't, and I'm not actually hungry. So yeah, what have I been doing since I've been back? Well, the first week I was back, I'll talk through my diet in a minute. The first week I was back, I had off work, really lethargic. I was walking the dog every morning, and I was finding that only 2 to 3 miles, but on 200 to 300 calories, it was quite a lot. And actually towards the end of the walk, I was really struggling. I was doing that every day at sort of 6 o'clock in the morning, because my wife has to go to work shortly after, so we sort of went for walks together. I was drinking lots, or I am drinking lots still. I try to drink between 2 and 3 litres of water, sort of sticking to 3 litres of water as much as possible. So I wanted this morning just to talk about my diet. So the first week diet that I was sticking to, pure liquid. So you're only allowed liquid for that first 10 to 14 days. Might be different depending on where you had your surgery. But for me, it was 10 to 14 days liquid only. And the sort of things I was on, my trusty milkshake, my meal replacement milkshake, which you've all seen on my channel before. I really enjoy those, high protein, low fats, low sugars, and it's really cheap. And I'm not made of money, I work for the NHS, so definitely need to find that cheap thing. Vitamins, again, I'll tell you about vitamins and Medaway specifically in a minute, but I'm having these vitamins, which I bought from Tesco's. They're like £5 each for I'm not sure how many tablets are in there. I think there might be about 14 tablets in there, something like that. And basically you drop one of those tablets in about 500 ml of water, and you just drink it. It tastes like orange, and it's actually quite nice. I'm actually having 2 of those a day. I have one in the morning and one in the evening. I bought 3 packs at a time because Tesco's have got offers on with their vitamins. You buy 3 for the price of 2. So although there are 5 each, buying all 3 for the price of 2, it worked out about £3 something each packet. So £3 for your multivitamins is fine. Got all the vitamins in there that I need, including vitamin D. So I haven't been taking any vitamin D supplements post getting home. So I'm going to have to revisit that and check what my vitamin D levels are after my next blood test. So the other thing I've been doing is drinking soups. I have a chicken version of this as well, but in effect it's a powder soup, which high protein. I bought it off Amazon, really cheap. It was one of the other YouTubers, Gastric John I think it was, who I got the idea off. And following on from that idea, I also, when I make a load and I put it in ice trays, and then I freeze it. So, on the Sunday night, I was making about 3 or 4 ice trays worth, and every day just getting out 3 cubes for my lunch maybe, because that's all I could manage, especially that first week. And that was filling me up, nice high protein, which is one of the things I'm sure your surgeon will ask you to do, or your nutritionist will ask you to do post-surgery. Have lots of protein, lots of fluids. And then I was having another soup in the evening. I like the tomato soup, so, and I'm one of those people that I'm quite happy to have the same meal every day. So I was having tomato soup morning and lunch. Every now and then though, I was having chicken, because even though I don't mind that, I was getting a bit bored of it. So I'd shake it up a little bit, go wild, and have a chicken soup. So yeah, exactly the same chicken, exactly the same flavour, not flavour, you know what I'm saying, exactly the same soup. from Amazon as well, really cheap, high in protein. That leads me on nicely now then to, I've had a lot of people that have subscribed, and thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I know there's only a few of us, but it's great to see you subscribing, feeling that you want to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. I will be uploading videos a little bit more often now. I've been really busy since getting back from Turkey, back at work after a week of being back, and that was a bit chaotic, and then feeling very tired at the end of the day. So this is the first video since getting back. I wanted to talk about my experience in Turkey. Having been back a week now, 3 weeks now, I've had time to process what happened and how things were. And as I've said to people, I've met some of my subscribers face to face in Starbucks for a coffee or in Cheltenham, and I've also had a phone call with a couple of people. And overall, my experience looking back on it now was amazing. I didn't find any problems. A few little negatives with transport, but actually Medaway were really quick to resolve that. The hospital in Turkey, it's a public hospital. So downstairs, you've got the general public there. Upstairs, gastric surgery, you're up on floor 7 usually. Certainly post-surgery you are. The floor itself, it's a private ward. You do have Turkish patients on that ward, but they're private as well. And the nurses are high quality. Most of them speak English. If they don't, they know what you're saying. They're used to it. They've got patient after patient, usually British, going out there. So they have an understanding. And the ones that don't speak English are few and far between, in my experience out there, I think. I was looked after by the surgeon. The daily visits by him were a little bit sort of like a whirlwind. He was in and out of the room really quickly. How are you doing? Yeah, you're fine, brilliant. Off he goes. So I found that certainly towards the end of my stay in the hospital, I was writing questions down on a bit of paper. And when he came in, I was like, look, what's this? How did this go? What did this do? And I found once I started asking those questions, he was more than happy to spend a bit more time chatting to me and letting me know how my surgery went, for instance, because they told me it was fine, and that's the only thing I got initially. But I wanted to know specifics. How much of my stomach did you remove, and were there any complications, and all this sort of stuff. So that was fine as well. Hotel wise, I went to the Grand Wyndham, I think it's called, very briefly because they didn't have a room for me, but that hotel looked amazing, and I was really gutted to find out I didn't have a room. But then they moved me to the Elite Europe, and equally really nice hotel. So no qualms with the hotels whatsoever. They're amazing. And if you've got a guest with you, Medaway do let you take a guest for free. I'd advise taking a guest. I didn't take one, and I found it quite a lonely experience out there. And I'm used to being on my own, although I'm married with kids and stuff. I spent a long time in the forces and living away on my own and things. So I found it quite difficult out there post-operation. So my advice, definitely take somebody with you if you can. If you can't, then call home, FaceTime home, and see each other's faces and things as often as you can. Hotel wise, amazing. The food at the hotel for your guests, because you can't eat, equally brilliant. It looked amazing anyway. I made the mistake of going down there looking for some water one day because I'd run out of water in my room, and yeah, the food looked horrendously nice, especially post-operation when you can't eat anything. Something about Medaway then. So before I left, like all of you, I'm sure, I'd read a few reviews, and they were talking about extra charges that they add on and things like this. Now, I've already mentioned I don't have a lot of money, so I wanted to know, and I was really specific with Medaway. Look, straight to the point. Look, guys, I want to know, what are you going to charge me while I'm out in Turkey? Are there going to be any extra charges? Because if there are, I need to know now so that I can save up for it. They were really honest, and they said, well, we'll try and sell you some shakes while you're here, because you'll need some milkshakes, because that's all you can eat post-surgery when you're allowed to start having fluids, because the first couple of days you can't have fluids. And So they told me that, and they said £100 for their shakes. Now that's the first thing I found their shakes vile, absolutely disgusting, full of protein, had everything in there that you needed, but they were very watery, and I only put the right amount of powder into the right amount of fluid. They were just disgusting. And £100 for what in effect, I think it was 28 shakes or something like that. In fact, I've still got them upstairs, the ones that I had left, because there's no way I'm eating them, as much as a skinflint I am, but I've saved them just in case I change my mind. But yeah, if my advice, take your own, doesn't have to be this one, obviously. If you've got a meal, a meal replacement shake that you like, take them out with you. You get hold luggage, especially with Turkish Airlines. Don't spend £100 on shakes that you can get in this country for £20 to £30. Just do not do it, and they're vile. The other thing is they're multivitamins. So when you leave the hospital to go to the hotel, you actually get prescribed a few different things. One of those things that you get prescribed is multivitamins. So you get a bottle of multivitamins, and you take 5ml in the morning, 5ml in the evening, whatever it was, I can't remember. They also try and sell you some multivitamins for when you get home, and it's a bottle, I can't remember how many ml, it's just a small bottle, a normal medicine bottle size, and they charge you £50 for it. I tell you what, I'd heard people talking about there's a syndrome where when you consume something after surgery, your body thinks, nah, I'm not having that, and you vomit it back up. Well, unfortunately, my wife was witness to it. I'd run out of my prescribed vitamins. They lasted well until after I'd got home. One day I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have to open these ones that I've bought off them for £50. So I opened it, thought, God, that smells a bit dodgy. Had the first one, and within 5 minutes I was at the toilet absolutely retching. I won't give you too much of a picture on it. So my advice again, don't spend £50 on their multivitamins. They're going to prescribe you some vitamins when you leave the hospital. Don't waste your money on that. So that's £150 you'll save right there just by taking, well, you don't need to take vitamins out with you because they'll give you some, but if you were unsure, you could take something like this. These just break down in water, and you've got as many vitamins, if not more, vitamin D, everything you need in those that were in that medicine they prescribed, that they sold me for 50 quid, and it's vile. I don't know whose taste buds they matched that to, but it was disgusting. And I will eat anything, hence how I got so big in the first place. Yeah, I think that's about it really. The staff are trustworthy. It's a separate company that do the transport, so they, 24 hours before you go out to Turkey, they get added onto your WhatsApp group. So when you post messages on there, the transport company see those messages. So anything relating to transport, they're seeing it as well. And all I'd say with regards to transport, because I harp on about it because it's the only problem I had while I was out there, and everybody I've spoke to that's been out there since hasn't had that problem. So it looks like it was just a one-off with me maybe. But what I will say is confirm, and reconfirm again with timings there picking you up, so that there's no mess around or no mistake. So next up, I'm going to show you what I've been eating after 14 days, up until now really, and including now. I can't eat solids. They give you a full list, really easy. It's in English. They give you a little booklet, A4 page that they've made into a booklet on days, meals that you can eat and things. Some of the translation is a bit weird. Like they were saying I could have toast after about 8 days, and I thought I can have toast, but I can't have like normal soup and stuff like that. And so I didn't actually have toast. I don't know if there was a translation issue there, but I certainly didn't have toast, although I am now. I'm having a wholemeal bread, small piece of bread. Anyway, I'll get into that in a minute, actually, I'm rushing ahead. So that's what I'm eating up to now, and give me a second and I will get everything else in front of me that I'm consuming nowadays. Thank you. Hello there, quick change. So what am I having now? What have I been having after day 14 of being at home basically? So I've been having In the morning, I have my meal replacement milkshake from Protein Works. It's got about 27 grams of protein in it. I then drink, I'm a bit of a snob. Our water in Gloucestershire tastes so chlorine that it's got so much chlorine in it, it tastes disgusting. And so I buy these from Tesco's. I get about 12 for £3. What I end up doing is I have one in the morning, then I actually fill it up with water, and then I put my vitamin tablet in it, and it usually takes me about another hour to drink it with my vitamin. So that's my morning routine. I usually have, when I first wake up, I have my meal replacement milkshake, 27 grams of protein, boom, job done, straight off. Then I leave it half an hour and I start drinking water slowly. I usually have one of these. When I get to work, I then fill it up using the work water fountain or my tap water if I'm at home, because I know that I'm going to put one of these in, one of my vitamins, and it's going to take that sort of taste of chlorine out of it. I'm not a water snob or anything like that. I'm not spending money on anything else really, so I treat myself to some posh water, if you like. Yeah, that's my morning routine until lunchtime. Lunchtime, you'll see I've got this beast here. I'm doing my wife's head in it and all my friends and family. This is a soup maker. I bought this about a week after being at home. So I thought, do you know what? I'm fed up with these tomato soups that I've been having for the first week. I'm fed up with my chicken soup. I want to start making some of my own soup. It's not chunky soup, because even after day 14, you've got to have fluids, liquid food, but you can have a little bit mushy, if that makes sense. And that's where I found it quite confusing, day 14, which is stage 3, I think it is, or one of the stages, where you're allowed to have sort of soft, not even soft food, but blended food. It's a real bizarre time of your diet, really. So anyway, I got myself a soup maker, and this particular soup maker, I got it off Amazon. It was about £40. I believe myself, every single bariatric patient that's had surgery needs to get one of these, because honestly, the soup, I make a soup every single day. What I do is I've got 3 or 4 of these, so I fill these up. One of these will fill 3 of these cups up, and these are really big. It's really hard to eat a full cup, particularly the first week or so. I'm actually not far off eating a full cup now because it's liquid, although you get some context to it, some texture to it. Sorry, I do get full, and it's lovely. You know, I've got in here, although you can't see, I've got a pear mint soup in this one. I don't know what I'm showing you for because you can't see or smell it, but I put loads of garlic in it, loads of peas. I'll do some soup videos for you actually, because I'm driving everybody nuts with my soup. So that's my lunch. And then after lunch, the other thing I do, yeah, thanks Gastric John again for showing me this and reminding me of some of my childhood. Milk powder, high in vitamin A and D, loads of calcium in it, and high in protein. Real battle to get protein into your meals, guys. Real battle. I struggled like hell, particularly the first two to 3 weeks, which is where I am now. So I put a scoop in my soup, and that adds a little bit more for me. And that's my lunch. I leave it half an hour, and then it's that battle, that intake of water again. I start drinking one of these again, right up until I get home from work. And I look forward to getting home from work, not just because I'm going to see the kids and the family, my wife, but also because I know I'm going to have my favourite meal of the day, which is my tea. And for my tea, I have scrambled egg. It's just one egg. All eggs are the same, but this one says it's rich in vitamin D. I think all eggs are, aren't they? But I have an egg, just one egg, really lightly scrambled, so not well done, so it's not too hard, so it's really soft. I put a bit of salt and pepper on it because I'm absolutely wild and I'm like that. But here's the crazy bit. I can have a piece of toast. Yeah, so I really like that. So I have one small wholemeal piece of bread and I toast it, just lightly toasted. And I used to hate wholemeal bread, but all of a sudden I love it. And I only have 1 to 2 pieces a day. If I'm struggling with my head hunger, then I'll have 2 pieces. And I don't put any butter on it, but what I do put on it, and what they told me I could have from day 14 onwards, was cream cheese, no fat, no sugar, cream cheese. I don't even know if there's any sugar in cream cheese. And I didn't even know what cream cheese was until I did this. But basically in the UK, it's things like this. I've got light Philadelphia. I was using the Tesco Zone because it was cheaper, and it's got less fat in it than this one even, but it's really low fat, and it was cheaper. But when we went there the other day, they'd ran out, and it's a Tesco's Extra. I was not impressed, but luckily I found this. So I'm getting my toast fix. Only 1 piece a day with my scrambled egg on it. And I cut the toast up into lots of little lines. I'm very meticulous with it. My wife said to me one day, why don't you just chew small bites off? No. For the last 42 years, I've been guzzling food down as fast as I can. I do not trust myself. So I meticulously stand there with after I've put my cream cheese on, cutting it into small strips and tiny little bits. So that I can then put my scrambled egg on it, so that I know if I have a lapse moment where I'm like, oh, it's just a small bit. After I've had that meal, I barely finish it because I'm so full and my stomach won't accept much more, basically. So after that is it. That's my last actual meal of the day. What I do then is I leave it half an hour, maybe a little bit longer because I've been so full, and I'll have a glass of milk, just normal milk, not the full fat. I don't know if I'm supposed to be having semi-skimmed or full skimmed, but I don't like full skimmed milk, and if you don't like doing something, I don't think you'll stick to it. So I have semi-skimmed milk, and as you'll see at my weigh-in in a bit, I'll do a weigh-in as well, as you see at my weigh-in in a bit, I'm losing loads of weight. So maybe in the future I'll have to look at that, but at the moment I'm having semi-skimmed milk. That's how wild I am. That is my diet. After the milk, I then have another vitamin tablet and another bottle of water. And that's taking me up to sort of 2.5 litres of water, maybe 3 litres of water if I've been good on some days, which is the recommended amount of water I should be having. So what I take from that, and that's my diet from 14 days up until now. And it will be up until day 45. For me specifically, from my surgeon and nutritionist, 45 days after surgery, up to the 45 days, I've got to eat food like this. Really smooth soup that I make myself, and I'll do some soup videos, but I have chicken soup with chicken breast in it, chopped up, and this then blends it into a nice smooth mix so there's no lumps in it. I've done a chicken curry soup. I've done pea soups. I'll make some soup videos for you guys. Honestly, it's so easy. 40 quid off Amazon, this thing. You chuck all the ingredients in, 21 minutes it takes, that's it. And you have an absolutely delicious homemade soup. I'm not going to stop raving about this on every video, I promise, because it's amazing. That's me anyway. I'm going to do my weigh-in now. Let's see how much I weigh in. I do know how much I weigh in because I've been cheekily weighing in. So I do know how much I weigh, but we're going to do a weigh-in because I haven't weighed for about 3 days now. So yeah, stay tuned for that. A bit of a weigh-in day today. It's been 3 weeks since my operation. Let's see how this goes. Ignore my big feet. So that's my weight. Didn't think from 23.5 stone when I started this journey, pre-op diet obviously, to now that I would see 19 stone. I didn't, and this soon, I don't know what it is, but I have a real self-doubt issue, and I did not think that I would be seeing 19 stone, the 19 number anyway. I know I'm not 19 stone, but seeing that 19 number as my front number so soon, it's amazing. I'm losing about 5.5, 6 pound a week. That's me. Some people will lose a lot more, I'm really sure of it. Some people might lose less. We've all got our own independent bodies. What I do find is the more protein and the more fluid I drink, the better weight loss I seem to have. So drinking fluid is really good, really advisable. I'm not here to give you any medical advice, but you know, I'm giving you my experience and my personal views on it. They're not clinical views, but my views are: make sure you take your vitamins, plenty of protein, plenty of fluid, stick with your nutritionalist diet plan. Whatever I've done, if you're asked to do something different and you feel like, you know, do that, do what they're advising you. Turkey, you know, they give you a list of things to eat, but pretty much when you get home, you're on your own, guys. You are on your own. There's no NHS nutrition backup, you know, where you get appointments with a nutritionist. So I'm going to a weekly weigh-in group, and I'm weighing in every week, and I'm staying for the chats afterwards, so that I can learn about nutrition again, learn what people are eating that's making them healthier, and re-educating myself that way. And it's cheap, so I haven't paid for a nutritionist, but I do go to weekly meetings. The other thing I've done is I've signed up to some psychotherapy. I can't tell you how it's gone yet. I've only had my introduction to it, but mental health, I've had a lot of mental health problems in my life, you know, lots of I did 3 Iraqs and Afghans, so you can imagine I've had some mental health input from counsellors previously, but obviously I've never addressed my eating problems. And yeah, I just decided, you know what, if I was with the NHS, you'd probably get it, you'd get that help. I'm not, so I've paid somebody myself, or I will be paying somebody myself. I've had my introductory meeting with her. She seems really nice. I start that a week on Wednesday. You know, I'll let you know how that goes, and what it is, but she seems to think I'll need it for about 12 months, which is the usual thing after gastric surgery. So that's something to bear in mind. I have it every fortnight, and so it's every fortnight, and it's £80 a month or £85 a month for those 2 sessions. It is a lot of money, but the way I was looking at it is, before surgery, when I was at work, I was literally spending £15 on my lunch every single day. I was ordering German doner kebab, bloody KFC. I won't mention all these places just in case you've just had your surgery, but I was ordering all these things, and by the end of the day, I'd spent £15. And you, just on takeaways, just on my lunches. I wasn't taking lunch to work. If I was, I wouldn't have been so overweight, would I? So over the week, that was like £60, because I work 4-day weeks. That was like £60 a week on takeaways. Where's that money? What's happening to that money now? Well, I'm bloody saving it. I've looked at my bank today. I got paid like 2 weeks ago, and I've still got money left. It's crazy, because I'm not eating loads of rubbish. I'm not spending money on food. I'm looking at what I can spend my money on now, but I thought psychotherapy is a really good investment in myself. And I want to do this for the long term. I don't want to be, you can regain after weight loss surgery. Don't elude yourself on that. There's that saying, really complicated saying, so if I get it wrong, if you do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. That's it. I'm not going to go back to that. I refuse to. And I know for a fact, if I don't get some help, I will do. My mind is already telling me to do things that I was doing before. I haven't, because I can't at the moment, because I'm on smooth meals. You know, I'm not allowed to have lumps and things. You know, and you can't consume lots of food. And therein lies the first tool to help me, which is my weight loss surgery. It's that first tool to get me through this. The next tool needs to be my mind and sorting my mind out. So without boring you, yeah, I've booked some psychotherapy. £85 a month for 2 sessions a month, basically. Look at it, see whether you think genuinely, is it something, have you got that classic eating disorder? And binge eating is an eating disorder. It's a recognised eating disorder now. It's not just anorexia and bulimia that are eating disorders now. There's 6 different types of eating disorders out there, guys, and we wouldn't be so big if we didn't have some type of eating disorder. So consider that as a tool as well, getting help with that as well, and don't go, you know, don't slip back into your old habits I'm not here to nag you anyway. This is my video to log my journey really, and help people if I can. And I've been blown away the amount of people that have been messaging me and asking me things. So thank you for that. It really, not only people have been saying, oh, you're so nice, spending so much time talking to me about this and helping. No. Helping you helps me. It makes me focus on what I should be doing and things. If I haven't, touched wood, I haven't had any bad days where I've done something I shouldn't have or anything yet. But it helps me helping you. So ask questions. Add me on Instagram, _chubby_tiger. I'll put a little link on the page for you so you can add me, and direct message me, or ask anybody else that are on my contacts. Most people on there, people like Gastric John, just search VSG on Instagram and there's hundreds of people. It's a really good community. I didn't believe or didn't understand it, until now really. There's so many people on there. They upload videos constantly. You can message people. People, I'm sure people are Fredders with me because I message people, usually the same person. This has happened. Should it be happening now? I'm a little bit of a worrier. But yeah, I think it's fine. It's normal. It's expected. That's my journey up to now. My next video will be a soup video. So if you do want to see how I make my soups and you're interested in that, and how easy it is with that soup maker, then stay tuned, because I'll post that in the next couple of days actually, because I'm going to do it later on today. Other than that, thank you for watching. If you've got this far, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's my news alert. Something going on in Ukraine, bless them. Yeah, savage. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Message me on Instagram, whatever you need help-wise. If you want to ask questions about Medaway, what the hospital was like, something I've forgotten to mention, just message me and ask me. It's absolutely fine. I don't mind taking 5 minutes to chat to you, to talk to you. If you're in my area, meeting up for a coffee and making you at ease. If you're going on your own and you want to chat about that, message me and ask me. It's absolutely fine. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and if you're doing your pre-op diet, good luck. Stick with it. It's worth it. If you're thinking about booking weight loss surgery, do it. Such an amazing tool. It's just one step in your journey though, so bear that in mind. It isn't the easy answer, but it is a good link and a good tool to that answer. So go and do it, guys. Go and do it. Great to see you. Thanks very much. Bye bye.